permission to take your shit. Where are our kids? Where are our kids? What is going on? What don't they want us to look at? Why do they want us fighting each other? Why? When we need each other to make it. Immigrants and black people? Our ancestors fertilized this land. Our ancestors built this country. We have to vote across the board. Cops not only kill black people, they kill white people too. I want you guys to say, we are not our ancestors.
We are not our ancestors.
Y'all quiet. We are not our ancestors.
We are not our ancestors.
We will not accept it.
We will not accept it.
We have to hold people accountable.
We have
To hold people accountable.
You guys didn't want to have to repeat that part, but
It was just a little long.
seriously though. How many of us have racist friends that says racist stuff, whether it's towards black people or white people? Because it's just not racism towards black people out here. See, they want us to hate each other, so they can fuck us all at the same time. This isn't an accident. They didn't think we were smart enough to catch it. They didn't think we had enough humanity in us, empathy in us, to see what was going on. We have to stand together as a people. We are all Americans. This is our country. We built this country. We made this country. You're trying to divide us and it just made us come together. Because together, we will stand. We don't want change. We want a revolution across the board. Across the board. We walk so our children can run. My kids will never feel the way that I have felt in my own country. They tell you don't vote because it doesn't matter. JFK would have never made it to the White House if it didn't matter. Barack Obama wouldn't have made it to the White House if it didn't matter. For hundreds of years, white and black have came together. Even when it was illegal. Even when they would kill us. If it wasn't for white people, the Underground Railroad would not have happened. Do you understand what I'm saying? If it wasn't for people standing up and saying this is it. Stop listening to the hate that social media is putting out and pay attention to what's going on. Where are our kids? They give us a little bit of change of our own money and expect us to shut up. Expect us just to hate each other because one's light and one's brown. In 20 years, you won't be able to tell. There will be no pure race. Look at us out here in LeClaire. When we drove through LeClaire when I was young, seatbelts on, seat up, put cigarettes out, everything. We don't even drink juice in LeClaire. Just keep going through. We knew. It was just like Bettendorf. We knew. But it's the year 2020.
And you get an invite.
I'm mad that the Jetsons didn't come pick us up. Like, I was waiting for that. But anywho, it's a new time, it's a new change. And it's okay for your thoughts to change. It bad. So I automatically thought all white people was like that. And they were my own family. People I took baths with when I was kids. And then we get older and they call another black person the N-word and think I'm supposed to just be like, oh, okay, because, oh yeah, my mom's white. No. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, and it was my white side being oppressed for 400 years, I'd be out here talking about white lives matter. Because right now, human lives matter. Has anybody heard anything about climate change? Because we were just years away from destruction. What happened to that? What happened to that? Why are the same people making decisions today that made the decisions during segregation? Why? Why are people on flip-phones making decisions for a world that they have no part of? A world they know nothing about. My daughter's 6 years old. She thinks she's Elsa's twin. My daughter's darker than me. She got a black afro. Looks nothing like Elsa. But who am I to tell her that? That's her hero. Them and I'm ready to hand to the side. It may not be as long. She may not be able to sing. But I'm going to call her Elsa today. Because we need to start holding each other accountable. And our friends and family. It's an uncomfortable situation to talk about. It's an uncomfortable conversation. But it's a must. My aunt said, oh, you need to just respect. You need to respect other people's feelings. You need to respect other people's opinions. When do you demand humanity? When does empathy matter? Ethics. When does it matter that someone made fun of somebody who was mentally handicapped? Because the America I grew up in, we didn't accept that. We would have rushed the stage. Because America I grew up in doesn't play games. We don't play them type of games. We protect our people. We say good morning to each other in the morning in Iowa. I've lived in a lot of states. People don't say good morning. They look at you like you crazy. I went away to college. I'm like, good morning. Good morning. Like, he's not from here. No, I'm not. I'm from Iowa. They say defund the police. We need the police. What? The police don't make choices. The commissioner does. You want to make changes? Are you guys mad? Are you mad?
Yeah.
Are you tired of it?
Yeah.
You have to vote. It matters. I don't care if I have to wear a hazmat suit. Do you understand? I don't care if I have to vote for a plastic bag. He's out of there.
Yeah.
The moment he made fun of a mentally disabled person, he was out of there. The moment he made America look at each other the wrong way, he was out of there. It took us a long time to make the steps we made, even though America wasn't perfect. We were making steps. We just had a black president. Yet they're killing black people off, left and right. How do the prisons in the United States, how is there covered 75 to 80% of black people? And we don't even make up 13% of America. How is that possible? How is it possible people are in prison for selling weed?
Damn right.
In the same states that you could go in and order online and, like, it's legal. Recreational. How do pedophiles molest 12 to 13 kids and do 3 years in prison? How is that possible? And they'll take a black person in jail for smoking a blunt. In a time, they'll go in a black person's house while they're sleeping, and this is facts, and kill them while they're sleeping. And they're not in jail. Breonna Taylor. And they're not in jail. A white cop walks into a black man's apartment while he's watching TV and kills him. And kills him. And that's 10 years. You blatantly murdered somebody. And we're all supposed to just stand there. This is the last generation.
Last.
The last generation.
Last generation.
These kids don't see color. And the only time they talk about it is when an adult brings it to them. Like I said, my daughter thinks she's Elsa. She goes to a predominantly white school. She doesn't say anything about them being white, black, orange, green, none of that. She wants all of them at her parties. She doesn't care. This is my sister, my best friend, oh, we look just alike. What are you supposed to do? I'm not teaching my kids hate. And you shouldn't either. And you shouldn't let your kids teach their kids hate. And you shouldn't let your neighbor teach their kids hate. You hold them accountable. You got cousins that don't like this or like that, talks about everybody. Cut them off. Y'all ain't never heard that song. Yeah, cut them off. That bad. That bad. That bad. Because there's going to come a time. There's going to come a time when you have to make a choice.
That's right.
There's no gray area. It's either black or white. Either you're good or you're bad. You can't say you believe in God and at the same time you hate somebody because they love somebody else or because this or that, or who are you to judge somebody? None of us is perfect. None of us. No matter what race. No matter what color. Look at the growth of America. Look at us. For 400 years they told us to hate each other. Look at us. Just loving on each other. I've never seen this many white people since. This is how I know the world's changing. This is how I know. I've never seen so many white people stand up.
Our time.
And I want to tell you, because you guys are the ones that's going to make the difference. It's sad to say, but it's going to take white people. Of course, black people are going to stand. But like I said, most black people are products of their environment. They fight because that's what they were taught to do. They tell black people don't come out because it's COVID-19. You think black people scared of COVID-19? We've had targets on our back our whole He doesn't understand. So I act like it's not happening, but I know it's going to happen. There's going to be some idiot that comes and says something. You can't play with my kids. Go back to your country. Isn't it so funny? Everybody screams, go back to your country when this is nobody's country. Isn't that crazy? Go back to your country. This is Native Americans' country and Native Americans only. This land was raped and killed. Their land was taken. And every promise that was made to them has been broken. You can't oppress a people and think nothing's going to happen. You can't feed a pit bull gunpowder and think it's going to be a regular pit bull. The thing is, right now, the world is waking up. We have to hold them accountable, my people. And when I say my people, I mean everybody. This is our country!
This is our country.
This is our country!
This is our country.
This is our country!
This is our country.